I probably should have taken a video when the whole thing was together before I started ripping it apart, but we're here now. So this is what it looks like currently. That was all together and decent enough. Batteries are toast, which is fine because we're using the huge ones anyway. Yeah, it's gonna look very, very different. I'm gonna give you all the rundown. So this thing's all chewed up, which is good. That's marked out for the plate I gotta weld there. Once I weld the plate to there, weld it to there. So that's all nice and strong between the two. These are tacked, so I gotta weld all the way around these. These are gonna stay tacked until I can get it mocked up, so I can tweak this a little bit. This is gonna need some tweaking in whatever direction the shocks need to go. Those are the front shock mounts. That's gonna bolt on there. It's gonna weld to around there. The rear shock mounts are gonna be these little things, the same way as the front ones. And they're gonna go right about there, meow, on each side. This one, meow, that one's all ready for the top and bottom plate. All the other plates are done. This one here, meow, since I'm using my buddy's welder and it's not a super heavy duty industrial one, I gotta do, ooh, that's warm. I can do like 2 welds like this long in a row and then stop before I get any sort of worried about getting near the duty cycle. You can see that plate's done. They're not all the prettiest welds in the world, but they're strong, even the ugly ones. Not my best work, but it'll do. And we got a lot more stuff to do. Holy cow, this thing's way more work than I thought it would be. So much welding. Oh yeah, check this out. I went from those wimpy little spools, like, well, they're gone. They're like this big to a big old spool. Now I'm not gonna run out again. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Hefty, hefty, hefty. Well, this sure didn't work. It'll go straight, and if you get a run at it, it'll go over one of those tires, under each of the front tires, but sure won't turn, and it sure won't have any torque. I'm thinking I leave one of these gears on here. I make a thingy down there that's got these same little gears that connect to the drive chains, and then I run one of these small gears on a motor to a gear about 4 times the size that's connected to these, so the motor has another 4-to-1 gear reduction. And I think that'll do it. It goes way faster than it needs to. So yeah, I think it's cobbled together just enough to do a steering test. Please work. That's sure slow. Well, it steers, but it's sure slow. I've been a little discouraged lately having to buy new gears and more motors and MOSFETs and a bunch of stuff, which I can't afford yet, but I hope that we'll be able to do soon. But watch this. This thing is insane. Can I lean back? Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna die. We're good. This thing is ridiculous. I can't believe it can do that on slippery concrete floor. That's amazing. And look how controlled that is. It's beautiful. This thing's fantastic, other than the fact that it turns really slow right now. Whoopsie. just get a little bit of inspiration. That's insane. I love it. It's exactly what I wanted. Let's see if I can do anything stupid with more real estate. I really hope I don't break this wall. That's going to be hard to explain. Oh, it's way better if you actually turn so the sides are going the speed they need to go. Pretty close to full stretchy, full flex. It's on the ground. There it is. Nice. Above expectations. Alright, I'm actually going to stop. Quick update. Everything's getting so close to done. The truck is quite nearly done. The wheelchair is so getting there. What do I have to do? I have the roll cage tacked mostly. The other piece is tacked over there. That's going to go behind the headrest. I got a little support dealios tacked. I got it marked. So now I can cut those welds if it would focus and then pop it off and weld it flat. So it's mostly square-ish and mostly flat-ish. It won't focus. Okay, that's cool. Got this all shaved off. Got that bolt so I can get another one. It's in my pocket. Actually, 6 more because I got the second set of motors. I don't know how much they're going to help because I can't figure out anything to add twice as much power. But we're going to rock it anyway. Truck. I got more of these ordered so I can put the other motors on and then I can run it from there up to the other motor. I gotta get one of these that's smaller so the gear is a little bit higher. Hopefully that's all good. We're gonna do that and test it and see. Got the 4-point harness. I got bolts and stuff for it. That's gonna tie in there and then it's gonna tie in on the little thing that goes back here. And then we're gonna do a little leg one, I think like right around here-ish maybe. I would like the other little squishy leg things, but I ain't got them. Ain't got time. Yeah. It's coming together. We're getting there. It's so close. So close. Got the second motor brackets on, enough for testing. See what they hit and how bad. I gotta be honest. This cage looks not good. But I'm gonna get in it and we're gonna roll it over and make sure it works. These are definitely not my... I don't know why. I just could not weld good on these to save my life. They should be strong. There's plenty of penetration. They just look real bad. That lines up nice, though. Alrighty. I am almost so close. Completely done with the welding and grinding and fabrication and stuff. I have this plate to weld on. This is where the little air fittings and stuff go and the little breaker. And I have to make little brackets for these things. So there's some little chain guards. Yeah. And it looks a little more, you know, just finished. What else? And I got to weld those 2 bolts on for the little leg strap thing. Check this out. Running out of time. I got to drill the holes out for that. I'm going to pull that out because I got to weld that more. This thing's in there. That crossbar's in there. This thing's in there. And now this really doesn't move. Before I could, if I move this really hard, I could get this to smack the headrest and move about an inch backwards. But now, that baby's solid. So if there is a rollover, he's not going to get his collarbones broken from the 4-point harness, which is good. Yeah. We're getting there. We're so close. The light at the end of the tunnel. Well, it's definitely not my best work, but it is painted. The main purpose of this paint job is, one, stop rust, even though it really shouldn't rust. It's going to be stored, I think, in a garage most of the time, and I'm sure he's not going to want to ride it around in the rain. And number two is to make it blue, and as you can see currently, it is not blue. It is this rust reformer protective stuff, and as far as I can tell, it actually makes a great primer. It dries real fast and real flat, and the fish eyes are pretty minimal, which is surprising considered it was super oily and greasy and all kinds of other stuff. And honestly, I did not prep this well. I'm in a hurry. I'm out of time. I got to get it done. I got to move this month, and I haven't even started. I had to finish this thing first. And I finished my truck mostly and trying to sell it. It's chaos. This is as good as she's getting. It'll still look good. And that's a wrap. It looks so much better than I thought it would. Look at this blue metallic. It turns out that it's not paint. It's just the metallic. So that was real weird to spray. But it's so beautiful. Oh my God. Like, look at this. It's so pretty. I got a little too excited as I was spraying it, and I got runs in a few spots. But it's fine. It's fine. Oh my God. I am so stoked. It's going to look amazing out in the sun. I have garbage lighting in here, and it looks fantastic. So happy. All right, kids, here's an important lesson that took me a long time to learn. See how there's nuts and bolts and stuff still on there? See how I painted over the rubber part that's just going to flake off? See that metal there, weld that's ground down kinda and patched with sheet metal instead of 1/8 inch steel? It's so much better to have something that's not perfect and that's done than spend forever beating yourself up trying to get everything perfect and never finish it. It's fine. Like, not everything has to be perfect. It's fine. Whoops. It rolls really, really well without the chains or anything. Way better than the stock wheelchair. So that should help efficiency, right? Hope so. Hope the range is still pretty good. We've got 3 times the total battery amperage. Considerably more weight, but potentially less rolling resistance, maybe? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Almost 1 a.m. update. Doing pretty good. All 4 of the motors are on. Secondary motors got to get wired. They all got to get tightened, but I got to tighten them once the chains are on because they are part of the chain tensioning. Yeah, those are adjusted to fit me when I'm squatted down. Kind of simulate where he's going to be ish. Trim these things up a bit. I'm going to leave probably a foot of slack. Then trim them again once he gets in there and situated. That's all looking good and sturdy and whatnot. You can see how long these ones are. These ones are so long. That one's adjusted for now. I'm going to run the 4-to-1 and try to pull the Dodge and the horse trailer because I think it'll do it. I don't think it'll do it with the 3-to-1, but I'm pretty sure it'll do it with the 4-to-1. We're going to see. All right, the truck's slightly downhill, the trailer's slightly uphill. I think combined it's got to be at least 9,000 pounds. The truck is at around 7. The trailer's got to be at least 2,000, probably closer to 3. See if it'll do it. Yeah. Come on, baby. You can do it. You know, kids, sometimes I hear the word can't a whole lot, and sometimes you just gotta can. So this, I knew this might be an issue when I bought it because they didn't have the size I wanted. That's as far down as it goes. Why? Because this is 420 chain, and this is meant for 40 chain, which is the exact same, except wider. So this is too wide. So what I'm gonna do is take the angle grinder, grind off a good amount of real estate there, and a good amount all the way around here. And then it should fit the 420 chain. Well, kids, I might be crazy, but I get stuff done. See this? This one's still a little sticky. It's not quite thin enough. But this one over here, meow, is done. Now watch this. Like butter. Bam. Beautiful. It was a lot more grinding than I wanted to do. There's a lot more dust than that. But you know what? It worked. Sometimes you just gotta can. Now that's a t-shirt. So the 27 teeth gears seem to be fine. It's a little scary when you're up here. I feel like the center of gravity is totally fine, but my body is telling me I'm gonna die. Oh, do not like. Do not like. Well, that's cool. Oh yeah. It's really not much faster though, which sucks. Turns good. Enough. I don't know what that was. Turns fine. Reverse is just the worst. I'm gonna have him come out and get rid of the stupid beeping. And I thought I told him to put reverse at 100%, but it's so slow. That cannot be 100%. Alright, let's see if we got any more forward speed once we get it running. Come on, and walk. Go. It's not fast, but I mean, that's actually tolerable at least. I kind of want to get higher gears, even still. I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous because the trailer's not attached to anything. It's just kind of chalked and the front's weighted down. But we'll see what happens. Definitely didn't design it. Running out of real estate here. Come on. You know what I noticed yesterday? That's going to be hard to explain. Oh yeah. I hope it didn't dent it too bad. We're good. I don't think it dented it. This car is tough. It didn't dent it at all. It made a whole bunch of popping sounds, but everything's fine. Love the race Prius. So the obvious question now is, what does it look like to get run over? I mean, it's slightly more scratched than it was before, but it's fine. It ain't dented. Great success. I don't remember if I ever talked about the suspension system, but as far as I can tell, this is the only suspension system of exactly this type that has ever been made, as far as I can find. It's hard to see now. So I would describe it as a sideways one link, because there's your one little link there, goes over to that side, which would be normally like your rear axle, and then there's your panhard bar. Or I guess you could describe it as like a twin I-beam, like on a Ford, but with bogie or rockers, whatever. You got a wheel on each side and it tilts like a rocker, not a bogie. Bogie's the other one. Mars rover has rocker, bogie, both. So I can never remember which one's which. Anyway, yeah. So, and honestly, in any other application at all, this would be a terrible suspension system. And it works in this because 1, it's slow, 2, it has the tank steering, 3, I need just a decent amount of articulation and just a little bit of absorption of bumps and stuff. And the weight doesn't really change. Yeah, in anything else, this would be absolute garbage. But in this, once you tune everything just right, it works really well. It's perfect for this, garbage for everything else. Which is probably why this is the only thing that has ever been made with it. Again, as far as I can find. So yeah, it's interesting. It ain't perfect, but it sure works. Now, clearly this isn't the final wiring, but God, I hope this works. That's actually surprisingly still for my hands. I thought I'd be shaking, especially after having some monsters. Oh, please work. Please, please, please work. That's good. Come on, baby. No way. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, those two motors are spinning backwards, it's fine. What? Holy crap, holy crap. I didn't think this would work. I honestly didn't think this would work, at least not on the first try. Maybe it won't underload, maybe it'll get some other signals that'll confuse it. I don't know. I think I might have to unplug either the yellow or the white off of one of the things. Oh my God. There's hope. There is hope. It's working. Let's keep it working. Oh my God. Oh my God, Austin, I love you. I love you, Austin. I almost swore. I'm trying not to swear on this video. Oh my God. Well, that was bound to happen eventually. Just tried to run myself over. Thankfully, there's a gap in between the frame rails. That was dumb. Well, it seemed like it was fine until I stepped too hard on the back. So now that is back where it should be. That one's staying there. Batteries are back on the trailer. This is all the way down, so it's angled forward. It's not really a problem when the batteries are in and the motors are on and the brakes are locked and stuff. But when everything's all loosey-goosey and all the weight's off, it's a problem. I don't think I've touched on some of the biggest things about this wheelchair. Number one, regular wheelchairs, they're awful, but I mean, they just kind of have to be. But they don't go anywhere. They're total garbage. They're not very accessible. And number two, when somebody's in them, they're sitting real low, and you got to look down on them. That's not cool at all. So with this one, he's finally going to be eye level. Also, one of the reasons / advantages for this weird suspension is, see how there's nothing in there? You can actually get up and either use one of those cherry picker type things or just put somebody in there, because you can walk clear up in there if you have to. Today has been very busy. Probably doesn't look like it, but you know. Got a cotter pin down there instead of the snap ring thing. Got the other side shaved down, cotter pinned. Got that bolt that kept hitting everything. Yeah, that got cut off. I drilled a hole in the thing, and that also got a cotter pin. That's the theme today, cotter pins everywhere. Got that ECU mounted right there with some not cotter pins. Little screw bolts and nuts and stuff. Got the second breaker mounted. Some of the wirings run. Those motors they're in place. The new chains are made. The new gear is in after it was all ground down. Those aren't tightened yet. Got to tighten those, and then I can put the second motor in and then tighten those after I make those chains. And then we kind of just zip tie all the wires. Everything's fine for now. It'll work. They can use it a few times before the summer. I know they're not going to use it that much, so I can go over a few times and clean up anything else, but it will be ready to rock soon. Look at this ridiculous thing. This looks like some kind of Rube Goldberg steampunk mechanical aptitude test, and the front chains aren't even hooked up yet. I don't know how many feet of chains are on this thing, but it's a lot. I've ordered chain 4 times, at least 3 times, and ran out of chain. And I have like a foot left. Dual motors, baby. Do a donut. Yeah.
I don't feel like forward has improved any.
Well, you know, it's still slow. It probably hits like 3.5 instead of 3.
Reverse, yeah.
Reverse is way
They're
faster.
actually equal, I think.
Good, I guess. I don't know. Give it full straight forward. Well, it's sure slow, but it goes. You can go up until it hits the garage door slider.
That's terrifying.
Come on, you pansy.
Jesus. That's amazing.
It's pretty good. It looks real weird from here.
Yeah.
It's past 45 degrees on the wheels.
For sure, and that's what's nerve-wracking. It almost feels like my wheels are like forward.
I mean, they're definitely forward of your head.
Yeah, and that's what's the...
Your butt is slightly in front of the back wheel, the center of the back wheel.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's still good and controlled, which is nice.
Yeah.
I was worried about that with the higher gear ratio, but it seems fine.
I thought for sure those tires were gonna slide out and just drop. That's why I was nervous.
Even with the bulb tires, it has so much traction. It feels like you're gonna die, but you're fine. Keep going until it picks up that front tire.
I don't know. That's pretty close to the tip point.
Nah, keep going.
I can feel it.
It's fine. I guess the back one is coming up. I got scared for a second.
Yeah, no, I could feel that. Once that lift point, I wiggled my butt just a little bit, and I could feel both wheels come off the ground.
Usually the front one picks up for me. So much better. Got it good and dirty, doing some test runs. I really got to clean up that wall now. Yeah, chains are tighter, which is good. Didn't really have any issues. When Austin was driving it, it shut off a few times, but he was doing some weird stuff. When I was driving it, totally fine. Got it charging to make sure nothing's going to light on fire with the dual ECUs and everything. Still good. It is faster backwards than it is forward. Maybe the ECUs didn't get set exactly the same. Maybe the new one's still slightly slower forward somehow. I don't know. We'll get that figured out before summer. But for right now, it is so much better than it ever has been. And it is ready to go. Look at that, huh? Look, amazing what some electrical tape and zip ties will do. Yeah, pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. Look at this. Huh? That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Not perfect, not amazing, but you know what? Not bad. Look at that. Look at that. You know, everything's all zip tied in place and secure. We got our pairs zip tied together so we know what's what. We got zip ties holding tension where there's slack where there needs to be slack. You know, all the good stuff going on here. Got our battery terminals all cleaned and tightened. Whoa. Yeah, this thing's freaking not all buttoned up, but I mean buttoned up enough for now until I can really properly do the electrical and whatever else I got to do. Oh, I got to put air in it. I got to put air in it and then it's ready to go. Oh my God. You do not get used to that. You just do not get used to that. will, if I tip it. Remember, kids, always wear your seatbelt. Don't be like me. Hey, it doesn't hit anymore. Now that I ground that. Oh, oh yeah. Look at that wheelchair go. Okay, that's good. I didn't get scared. Alright, I don't know if you can see me or not. If I don't post the video of him getting it, I will recap it the best I possibly can. I like this thing. We did good work here, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Oh my God, thank you to Austin for letting me borrow the welder and helping me out and do the double ECU idea. Thank you to everybody that wanted to help. I told nobody to help me or send me money. A lot of family members asked, and my dad sent me money anyway. Without that, I have like $100 to my name right now. Without that, this would not have happened. So thank you very much. Yeah, let's do this. These little LEDs on the side, highly recommend. When we towed it to work the other day, those were great. You could just barely glance in the rearview mirror and tell you still had a trailer. This trailer was a nightmare, man. This thing kicked my butt. But it's done. It's good. Good to go. It works a lot better on dirt.
If I can roll over my wife's truck.
Don't do it.
God. It's handicap accessible. Oh my God.
Everywhere is accessible now.
That is awesome.
That is way too big.
It's just right. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's like a wheelchair monster truck.
Sure is.
Dude, that is freaking awesome.
Look at this. There's so much room for activities. Now that I'm moving. So, he absolutely loved it. He was excited as I've ever seen him. He's not the bounce off the walls and jump for joy kind of kid, but he was stoked. First thing he wanted to do was get, he has so many crazy ideas already. Wants to get snow chains for it and drive it around in the snow. It's supposed to snow like, I don't know, soon where they're at. He can take it out in the snow without chains. I mean, I want to cut the tires. That's still on my to-do list for sure, because they're super bald. He was stoked. He wanted to take it to Comic-Con, and I was like, buddy, I don't think it'll fit through the doors. I'm sorry. It definitely won't fit in the elevator. He wanted to pimp it out like the Halo Warthog because the suspension's actually like kind of sort of similar. It would be so dope pimped out like the Warthog. Maybe for Halloween. We'll see. Wants to take it to Monster Jam. Maybe they'll let us in early before the cars are completely wrecked and like run over a car before anybody gets there. I doubt it, but I mean, if anybody out there has a hookup, let us know. That'd be amazing. That'd be so funny. Yeah, he was stoked. I'm stoked. His dad was stoked. His mom was kind of like, what is this? But I hope later she was stoked to like go to the beach in it and stuff. So hopefully it grows on her a little more. Yeah, I still haven't talked to them about posting the reaction video. So maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't see it. Maybe this recap is redundant. I don't know. I'm stoked. I can't wait to see him use it. And thank you all. Laters.
Have you?
Fall, I'll catch you. Yeah.
Just trying to get your back tire up. Oh god.
Yeah, see, you're fine.
It staples out pretty nice.
Do it. Do it. Feels like I'm gonna die. That was legit scary.